Hey, what is up everybody? Brandon here. We are almost at the movie theater. Dad, you want to say anything?
Just excited to see it.
Yes, me and my dad were very excited to see this because, as I said in the Godzilla vlog, we are both very big Godzilla fans. And we're right here. Right there's the thing for it. We show all the different movies. So, I will vlog after we're done out of the theater and everything. So I will catch you guys later when we talk about what we thought of Godzilla. Hey, what's up guys? Just got done with the new Godzilla movie. Dad, is there anything that you want to say?
Not really.
We did a lot of talking after the movie ended and the credits were rolling, and also on the way out. It was okay. Wasn't... They toyed with it a bit too much. Godzilla looked okay. Like, it wasn't classical Godzilla or anything. But in a way, they did try. Gotta give them that for them doing something like that. It was kind of a big step, and for all the true Godzilla fans, you know, they have a certain expectation. They didn't meet our expectations on it, but it was okay. Right, Dad?
Yeah, it was alright.
But
it ain't like the old Godzilla, but...
Yeah, like, it had the classical, here's the problem, here comes the evil monster destroying the cities and that, and here comes Godzilla to fight it. Godzilla has problems and then comes out and wins. But they didn't do it right. They did it, but they didn't do it right like how the other classical ones were.
Too much of a love story.
Yes, it had too much, like, it had too much focus on the the humans, like the one army guy and his wife. They did way too much focus on them than they did on Godzilla. And it started to get to a point where I got ticked off a bit because Godzilla started fighting the one monster and the wife went inside a building and the doors closed as they were fighting and you didn't see what happened. So I kind of got mad at that. But when the fighting happened, it was actually kind of cool to watch. They just could have done more fighting in it. There wasn't enough. There wasn't as much fighting between the monsters as there was, like, with all the other ones that Japan did. Definitely better than the New York one. Right, Dad?
Yes.
Definitely better. But, you know, from the previews, you don't really get the full... You don't get a good look at Godzilla, but in the movie, you know, like, he looked good, but they kind of... The neck and head mix that they did didn't really look right. The feet looked kind of weird. They had the classical Godzilla tail whip in it. Gotta love that. And the build up to the fire, man, I got excited when I saw his tail starting to turn blue. I'm like, oh, I know what's coming. So that was us after us watching the new Godzilla. It was okay. I'd probably give it what do you think that out of 10?
6.
Yeah, somewhere around there, like a 6 out of 10. You know, just some of the elements that they did were okay, some weren't. But anyways, catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later in the next video. Hey, what is up, everybody? So I'm gonna make this brief. It's about the Godzilla movie. Now I'm gonna make it more involved than last time when I was in the car with my dad. But you know, it was okay. It wasn't really all that good. So starting from the beginning, the reveal to seeing, like, the actual full body of Godzilla was freaking amazing. Like, I was super stoked for it. But spoilers, just to let you know, because there's gonna be a little tiny bit of spoilers. But with the first fight that went on, you barely saw it because it was on the TV, which kind of made me mad. And then, you know, then it went to it happening in the city, and Godzilla was getting ready to fight the flying one, and it went to the wife chick, and the doors closed when they were about to fight. That really ticked me off too. Like, I really got pissed off on that because that really made me mad. Because I was really looking forward to the fights, and then you actually got to see the fighting go on, and that was when the fighting actually went on. It was really good to watch. Like, it was cool. He did breathe fire this time. This time he did. Very little, but he did. And it was cool. Because I saw it coming when I saw that blue. I'm like, oh, it's coming up, and I was excited. Blew those bursts. I'm like, oh, wow, really? That's it? And then the male attacked. And seeing that part up to the tail whip, where he does that classical BAM hit with the tail, that was amazing. The tail whip was awesome. I loved it. But then with the building collapsing on him, that was stupid. And him not getting back up, that was really dumb. And then, you know, the female went after the guys again, and then, like, just seeing Godzilla just like ripping her mouth open like that and just, you wanna mess with me? Bah! Oh man, that was freaking awesome. Like, I'm like, wow, didn't know Godzilla could be that brutal. That was interesting. And then he falls down back again. He falls down again. Are you serious? When did that ever happen? So, the things that I have wrong with it: focused way too much on the love story, way too much. Not many of the Godzilla movies have love story, but if they did, they didn't focus on it as much as what they did in this one. So that really pissed me off. They could have done more fighting. They definitely could have done more fighting in it. You know, I'm disappointed. It was okay, but I'm still disappointed in it. The good things, they had the classical Godzilla walking away back into the ocean and just giving one last roar. Man, I loved that. Seeing that again, oh, that was amazing. Had the classical, this is the problem, here comes the monster, here comes Godzilla, Godzilla gets his ass whooped, comes back, kills him. But they toyed with it too much. They played around with it way too much than what they should have. So those were good things in it. Again, building falling on him? Come on now. Really? Since when did a building fall on him and he goes down, I can't get back up? Never. Never. And then, like, him attacking the female again and then just falling down. Are you serious? That never happens. But I'm going to admit, twice they got me with the whole killing him. Because after the building fell, there was that whole stuff. That kind of upset me a bit. I'm like, oh man, don't tell me that they kill him, because if they do, because I honestly thought it was going to be he kills the male, and then once I saw that, I'm like, oh, don't tell me that he dies and the bomb ends up killing the female. And then they also got me again with killing him when he just, after he kills her, he collapses. I'm like, don't do this, don't have him get killed. And then when they did the close-up of his face and he went, when he did his little nostril, I'm like, oh, yes. And then he went and got up and everyone started cheering, and I love how on the screen it said King of Monsters saved, said like cities saved our city. I'm like, awesome. And of course did the classical walking that way behind. You see his back, and then goes to him and he just like, that was freaking awesome. I love seeing that. The roar was you still hear the regular one, but they messed with it a bit too much. Other things that I didn't like in it, because there were quite a bit. Again, love story, shouldn't have done as much as what they did with it. But you know, I think Legendary can really go somewhere with this and really make a new era of Godzilla. They just gotta do the right things, you know, gotta like study the movies. You know, they gotta focus on what they're doing, just not do what they did with this new one. Because they're talented enough to do that, to start a new era of Godzilla. They just need to focus on more of the movies. And again, the model of Godzilla didn't really like it. His feet weren't the classical Godzilla that you know to love of the feet. You know, they were kind of just like a big, huge, thick branch, basically, from what you saw. And his head, I mean, yes, that Godzilla looked freaking cool, but I mean, the Japanese one is cooler. You know, it wasn't his neck and everything. Like it wasn't like this, like how the old one has. Let me grab a figure. Okay, so it wasn't like this is the newest Godzilla. Now it wasn't like this, like how it's like neck, head poking out like this. Like the way the head was, it was really weird because like it was all just fused into like one. Like it was like if he went and took his head like this, it just looked like a long pillar thing. So like that kind of upset me a bit. But the spikes looked cool. Like they did the spikes perfect like this. Like the spikes were really actually cool looking. But you know, they messed with it too much. They toyed around with their CG way too much than what they should have. You know. Like, you can definitely tell the difference between the American ones and the Japanese ones, because the American ones, they use all CG for everything. Japanese, they do the whole model of the city and have a guy in a costume wrecking the city, and like monsters, like you can tell that it's costume or CG. But hey, you know, America, you know, we focus on technology, and even though it was CG, it actually looked pretty cool. Because the big reveal on him, that was awesome. Like that was definitely cool. And the reveal of him doing his fire, where it showed in the background the blue, and then you see it going up his spikes, and he's just there like this, and like he had that look like, you're gonna get effed up, boom, and just does it. Oh man, that was freaking amazing. But you know, they didn't do the fire as much. Like the creature was flying around him. This Godzilla right here, he would have just been like fire hit him, would have been done. But no, this one's like standing there. He's flying. Let me run after him, try and catch him. No, but I mean, other than that, it was cool to watch the fight. The fights were the cool part. All of that were just boring fillers, kind of. Like, yeah, it was good and that, but they need to not focus on the love story. Now, like I said before, if Legendary really does their research and everything, they can literally start a new era of Godzilla movies. I think they can really go somewhere with this if they do the right things. If they focus on what they did wrong, and they listen to people like me, and they listen to like big time Godzilla fans like me and my dad, they can really go somewhere with this. Like they can really actually make a new era of Godzilla. And I would love to see that because, like I said, Legendary has the talent to do it. They just need to do it right. They need to do it right. Not like they did with the 2014 one, you know, even though it was good, they didn't do it right. Because you sometimes had that classic Godzilla feeling, but not all the time like you do when you actually watch Godzilla. Again, they can really go somewhere with it. But hey, that's just my opinion. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my dad for the very first time on my channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed hearing what I had to say about the movie. You know, it's my opinion. I'm entitled to it, just like you're entitled to your own opinion. And I think what I'm saying is, quite frankly, like, true in a matter of fact with classical stuff. Like, I'm not saying, like, the movie is horrible and stupid and bad and never watch it. I think you should really watch it. And if you're a true Godzilla fan, you would know what I'm talking about with the whole classical Godzilla feeling. But hey, comment what you guys think on this, and you know, go watch it for yourself. Watch it again. when it comes out on DVD, because I know I definitely will, because I wouldn't mind watching it again just to see the fighting that goes on. Hey, you know, I hope you guys are, you know, like, agreeing to what I had to say. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, I'm right, but I'm trying to say, like, I think I have reasonable explanation on what I'm saying, on how they did. But hey, you're entitled to your own opinion. That's just mine. If you thought the movie was amazing, you thought the movie was amazing. If you thought it was bad, you thought it was bad. You know, I'm kind of in the middle, mostly bad. Because, I mean, it wasn't classical. Like, it had very little classical Godzilla stuff. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And see you guys in the next video. Bye.